Aren't these beautiful? Anybody can grow it. All you need is a 5-gallon bucket. Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California, and yes, I still have a cold, but I feel like potatoes tonight with chicken. So let's see what's in this bucket. I'll dump it in the wheelbarrow, and we'll see if I can score any potatoes when I'm feeling down. I'm not feeling down. I just want to get back to work. So let's do a quick recap on these purple potatoes. About a year ago, Gary bought a bag at the store with 3 potatoes in it, and they sat. He didn't plant it like usual. And he gave me one, which I planted on the deck with the lettuce, as you see here. And then I harvested out the one little shriveled up potato, which ended up giving me those 2, which weren't bad. But what I did with those 2 is I took them, not right away, which I should have done, and I planted them in my garden. Now, these are Gary's. He grows all kinds of potatoes, as you know, and he also grows, of course, the purple ones from the 3 that he bought. It was a bag of 3 seed potatoes, they call it, and that was one of his, and they are gorgeous, these purple potatoes. They're not sweet potatoes. They're real potatoes. Look at that. I've never seen anything so deep purple, and boy, do they taste good. So Gary took the 2 and planted them, and he's been growing them. Now for me, those 2 that I grew out of the 1, I planted in a purple bucket, hence color-coded, and I went ahead and planted them in my bird garden, and then I went and harvested them. Now, out of those 2, I ended up with a bunch of little ones, as you'll see here, and I decided to just toss a few of them back. We ate a few, and I tossed a couple of the little ones back in the purple bucket. It's been quite a few months. I looked it up. It's been about 3 to 4 months. You know what? Let's get this harvest done, and let's see what I got out of those few little tiny potatoes this time. And that is really cool. So it took me 9 minutes to do this, but I'm going to speed it up because you don't need to watch the whole thing. I'm taking my bucket here and I'm tipping it over. I really felt like something that's real food. I don't want to eat a lot of canned stuff, especially when I have a cold. Sure, I can open up a can of chicken soup, but I want to make sure I've got all the enzymes and all the nutrients I need to get better quick. And that's my goal, because so many people I know right now have colds and they're all going on antibiotics because they're ending up with all kinds of other issues, and that is the last thing I need. So that looks pretty good. Now, you know, I put those teeny little purple ones back, but look at this. I'm really excited. Now, I'm going to let you know the way I grow my potatoes now, I'm doing it wrong. If you go look it up, you go on the internet, you go watch on YouTube, this is not the way you do it. So you don't have to do it the way I do it, but it works for me and it's easy. And what I'm doing is I'm harvesting and planting right away. And yes, I use the same soil. I mean, does Mother Nature get rid of it? No, we build our soil. I know what's in my soil. I know my soil is great. So I'm digging through to find all the purple potatoes. And I noticed that one's got little tiny baby potatoes on it. So I'm going to put that towards the top. I saw it attached to the roots. They look like peas, just a couple of them. So now what I'm doing is I'm building soil. I'm using my old soil. There's nothing wrong with it. Who goes outside in nature and cleans up the soil? They build. Nature builds soil. So I'm going around the garden. I'm collecting leaves and seed heads and whatever I can find, because I'm in a hurry and I'm not in the mood to go look for kitchen scraps and all that. And I do this all the time anyways. Now I'm slowly putting the soil back. So what I'm doing is I'm going around and I'm getting more leaves and matter from around the garden. It could be yellow, green, brown, it doesn't matter, but it's off of my plants that I'm growing in the bird garden. And I'm layering. So this way I'm putting nutrients for the plants that are going to grow back into the bucket. And we know the soil was fine. It doesn't matter if there's roots or plants left from the other plants that was in there. It's all going to decay. It's all going to get composted down by microbes and earthworms. And you saw there were earthworms in here too. Now I'm just building it back on the top, and I'm going to put some more leaves, whatever. You could put a lot of leaves. I'll tell you, there's other ways you could do it. Grow your own grass, like ryegrass, and trim it, and you'll have your own wonderful matter to put back. Now, I don't see it right now, but I know I saw a couple little ones, so we're going to bury the roots. Whatever happens, happens. I just don't want to compost them too far down in case there are tiny baby pea-sized potatoes or smaller there, and they'll grow. And now I'm just building the soil back. This is not the way to do it. Everybody gets new soil, but you know, everybody can do it their way, and I do it mine. I'm going to put one back, and I'm eating the rest because I'm sick and I want to get better fast. So I went and washed the potatoes so you could see it, and no. That's a little too much water, but you know, who's thinking when you have a cold? And those are potatoes that are growing behind there as well. I've got other buckets, but they're not purple. This was the only purple one I had. And there it is, and there's the potatoes. And they're good-sized potatoes. They're close to the size of your fist, or just under. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful from those tiny little nothings I put in there? If that doesn't drain, I'll go back and fix the soil by adding in more matter to it. But right now, I'm just going to keep an eye on it. But I can see it seeping down. I can see the bubbles as it's going. You don't water that much water. So I'm going to let the water seep in. That's not good. It should drain better. I'll keep an eye on it. And then that's got potatoes. I believe there's more, but today that's enough for dinner. And that's enough in the garden for me, and that's pretty good. I've got a nice little haul for one meal. Okay, so with that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. And boy, do I need to eat what I grow right now. Bye-bye. So there they are, all washed, and you don't peel fresh potatoes. The skin is so good. Everything is good on it. Look at them. Now, that color is so rich. I cannot believe how beautiful it looks. And I want to get a lot more growing, and I know Gary grows them, so we're going to have to get some more buckets set up around. And she's waiting, and I just added them to the chicken. The chicken's been in for about 45 minutes, but the potatoes, new potatoes straight out of the garden, they cook up so fast. Look at this. The chicken took an hour. The potatoes only took 20 minutes. Do they not look amazing? I'm really excited. There they are. Well, now I'm just waiting for Gary to come in. Wow, beautiful. And when Gary came in for dinner, he brought a big purple asparagus. So we had that with the purple potatoes, and it was so good. And we ate it raw because it was so tender. Oh, and upon checking, it drained fine. I put some wood chips on top from the ground. And I think it's going to be fine right there. I still have potatoes and all, that one, and that one. I'll probably have to get to that. I've got some brassicas growing in there too. But all in all, this is good. It just, I ended up with so many brassicas going to seed. But look at how the bees love it. Is that not cool? So that's why I leave that for now. Let the bees do their thing. In the meantime, I'm growing potatoes in my bird garden. Isn't it beautiful? What a beautiful day. I think I'll sit out in the sun for a little bit.